The year was 2175. The city of Neo-Seoul glowed with thousands of lights. Flying cars moved between tall buildings that reached into the clouds. On the streets below, people from Earth walked next to visitors from other stars. Dr. Gina Kim drove her expensive hover car through the busy diplomatic district. Her dark hands moved smoothly over the controls. At 35, Gina was one of the most successful people on Earth. She had created a device that could translate any alien language instantly. This morning, she had sold her technology to the Orion Confederacy for billions of credits. Gina looked down at her round belly. 8 months pregnant, she felt her baby kick. "You're excited too, aren't you?" she said softly. "Just wait until you meet your grandfather. The mayor will spoil you so much." Her father, Mayor Todd Kim, was the first Black Korean mayor of Neo-Seoul and now represented Earth to the Galactic Council. Gina was proud to follow in his footsteps, building bridges between different worlds. She took a deep breath. The meeting had gone well, but now she needed rest. The baby had been active all day. Gina set her car to auto drive and leaned back in the soft seat. Officer Han stood straight as his captain walked past. At 26, Han was the newest officer in the precinct. He was also one of the few human officers left. Most police work was now done by AI systems that never made mistakes. "Han, take K-9 Unit 7 and patrol the diplomatic sector," the captain ordered. Han nodded eagerly. This was his chance to prove that human officers were still valuable. K-9 Unit 7 wasn't a real dog. It was a robot that looked like a large German shepherd, but with metal skin and glowing blue eyes. It could run faster than any human, see in the dark, and smell things that were completely hidden. "Come on, boy," Han said as he led the robot dog to his patrol car. The K-9 unit jumped into the back seat. Han knew it wasn't alive, but he still treated it like a real partner. As Han drove toward the diplomatic district, his car computer beeped. A message appeared on his screen. **ALERT. Black AHOVER License XK721 CUSPTED in Diplomatic CQRIT 38. Approach with CAUTION**. Han's heart beat faster. This could be his big chance. He looked at the K-9 unit in his rear-view mirror. "Looks like we got some real work today," he said. The K-9's eyes glowed brighter for a moment. Han didn't notice that they flashed red instead of blue. Gina slowed her car at the security checkpoint between the diplomatic district and the residential zone. It was just a routine stop. She had passed through here hundreds of times before. She lowered her window and prepared her ID chip. Suddenly, bright lights flashed behind her. A police car pulled up close, its siren giving a short wail. Gina frowned. She checked her speed display. She hadn't been going too fast. Officer Han stepped out of his car, one hand on his weapon. He approached cautiously. "Ma'am, exit the vehicle immediately," he called out. Gina blinked in surprise. "Officer, is there a problem?" "Exit the vehicle now," Han repeated louder. His hand didn't move from his weapon. Gina knew the protocols for high-profile citizens. In times of uncertainty, they were advised to stay in their vehicles for safety. Too many important people had been attacked in the past. "Officer, I'm happy to cooperate, but I'll need to know what this is about first. I'm Dr. Gina Kim, head of Kim Quantum Technologies. I can show you my ID. Final warning. Exit the vehicle, or I will use force," Han shouted. People on the street had stopped to watch. Some held up their phones, recording the scene. Gina felt her heart race. She placed a protective hand over her belly. "Officer, I'm 8 months pregnant. I'm simply asking why I'm being stopped." Han saw only resistance. The alert had said the car was connected to a security threat. Why was this woman refusing to comply? In his earpiece, a voice that sounded like his captain said, "Use whatever force necessary." Han reached for the K-9 unit's control pad on his wrist. "K-9, extract suspect from vehicle." The robot dog's eyes glowed bright red. It leaped forward with unexpected speed. Gina saw the metal creature charging at her open window. Acting on instinct, she pressed the emergency button on her dashboard. A blue shield of energy flickered around her car just as the K-9 unit lunged. The robot dog slammed into the energy field and fell back, sparks flying from its metal body. Across the street, Sun High Park gasped as she recorded everything on her phone. She had been walking home from work when she saw the police officer stop the expensive car. Now she watched as a robot dog attacked a pregnant woman. "This is going viral for sure," she whispered as she kept recording. Inside her car, Gina's hands shook. The energy shield wouldn't last long. It was designed for one-time emergency use. She quickly activated her car's communication system. Emergency Protocol Alpha 7. This is Dr. Gina Kim, Security Clearance Omega. I am being attacked by law enforcement at Checkpoint D in the diplomatic sector. I am 8 months pregnant and in potential danger. Requesting immediate assistance. Officer Han watched in shock as the K-9 unit got back up. Its movements were strange, jerky. This wasn't normal behavior for these units. He checked his wrist control, trying to call the robot back, but it didn't respond. The K-9 circled the car, looking for a way past the energy shield. Han had never seen a civilian vehicle with this kind of protection before. "Stand down," Han yelled at the K-9, but it ignored him. The shield around Gina's car flickered and began to fade. The K-9 unit sensed the weakness and prepared to jump again. Gina saw the robot preparing to attack. She reached for the glove compartment and pulled out a small silver device, a prototype of her newest invention. It emitted signals that could disrupt most electronic systems. As the shield failed and the K-9 lunged, Gina pointed the device and pressed its button. A pulse of invisible energy hit the robot dog mid-jump. It fell to the ground, its systems temporarily frozen. Officer Han drew his weapon. "Hands where I can see them. Now." At that moment, 3 black government cars with flashing lights screeched to a stop around them. 6 security officers in suits jumped out, forming a protective circle around Gina's car. "Neo Seoul Special Security," the lead officer announced. "Stand down, officer." He looked at Han's badge. Han. Han didn't lower his weapon. "This vehicle matches a security alert." The driver refused to exit when ordered. The security leader's face showed no emotion. "Officer Han, you have made a serious error. This is Dr. Gina Kim, daughter of Mayor Ta Kim, and one of our most important technology developers. She is also 8 months pregnant." Han felt the blood drain from his face. "Your alert was false," the security leader continued, "and we will be investigating how it appeared in your system. For now, you are to come with us to Central Precinct. Your K-9 unit will be impounded for examination." Han slowly lowered his weapon. His stomach felt like it was filled with ice. He had just ordered a K-9 attack on the mayor's pregnant daughter. Gina leaned back in her seat, breathing deeply to calm herself. One of the security officers, a woman, opened her car door. "Dr. Kim, are you all right? Do you need medical attention?" Gina nodded. "I should be checked out." The baby was quite active during all of this. As the security team helped her from her car to one of their vehicles, Gina noticed something strange about the disabled K-9 unit on the ground. Its eyes were flickering between blue and red, and a symbol briefly appeared on its metal side. A symbol she recognized from her work with alien writing systems. It wasn't a random police mistake or a system error. Someone had deliberately targeted her. Gina placed both hands protectively over her belly as the security vehicle pulled away. Whoever had done this would be sorry. They had no idea who they were dealing with. Officer Han sat alone in a small room at Central Precinct. The walls were plain white. Only a table and 2 chairs filled the space. His police badge sat on the table in front of him. He had been waiting for 2 hours. The door finally opened. Police Chief Da walked in with a serious face. Behind him came a tall woman in an expensive black suit. Officer Han, Chief Daz said in a cold voice. This is Ms. Lee from the mayor's office. Han stood up quickly. His hands were shaking. Sit down, Ms. Lee said. Her voice was calm but firm. Han sat. Chief Daz remained standing near the door. Do you understand what happened today? Ms. Lee asked. Han swallowed hard. I received an alert about a suspicious vehicle. I stopped the car and ordered the driver to exit. When she refused, I deployed the K-9 unit. The driver, Ms. Lee said slowly, was Dr. Gina Kim. She is the daughter of Mayor Ta Kim. She is the creator of the translation technology that allows us to speak with 5 different alien species. She is 8 months pregnant, and you ordered a K-9 unit to attack her. Han felt sick. The alert said the vehicle was connected to a security threat. I was following protocol. Ms. Lee placed a small device on the table. It projected a hologram showing the alert Han had received. Then another hologram appeared beside it. This is what the actual alert system looks like, Ms. Lee explained. Notice the differences. Your alert was fake. Someone sent it directly to your patrol car. Han stared at the 2 images. She was right. The colors were slightly different. The code at the bottom was missing some numbers. We need to know who had access to your patrol car today, Chief Daz said. No one, Han replied. It was just me and the K-9 unit. Ms. Lee's eyes narrowed. The K-9 unit, where did it come from? The central station. I picked it up this morning like usual. Ms. Lee tapped something on her wrist device. We need to examine that robot immediately. In the best hospital in Neo-Seoul, Gina lay on a medical bed. Doctors moved around her with concerned faces. Special machines monitored both her and her unborn baby. The baby's heartbeat is strong, Dr. Park said with a smile. And your vital signs are good. But I want to keep you overnight for observation. Stress isn't good for either of you. Gina nodded. Thank you, doctor. As Dr. Park left, Gina reached for her personal tablet. She needed to call her father, but first she wanted to look at something. During the incident, she had managed to connect her device to the K-9 unit for a few seconds. It was enough time to copy some of its programming data. Gina was not just a translator of alien languages. She was also one of the best computer experts on Earth. She examined the code she had captured. Most of it was standard K-9 programming, but buried deep inside was something strange. It was a code written in a language that wasn't from Earth. Proxima Centauri, Gina whispered. The Proxima Centauri aliens were an advanced species from the nearest star system to Earth. They had been the first aliens humans met when space travel began. They were mostly friendly, but they were also very protective of their technology. Gina's new translation device threatened their position as the main communication experts in the galaxy. If all species could talk directly to each other without Proxima help, the aliens would lose power and money. But would they really attack a pregnant woman to stop her? Gina wasn't sure. Her tablet beeped. An incoming call from her father. Gina took a deep breath and answered. Mayor Ta Kim's face appeared on the screen. His dark eyes were filled with worry. Gina, are you all right? Is the baby safe? We're both fine, father, Gina assured him. The doctors say everything looks normal. The mayor's face showed relief, then anger. I'm cutting my trip short. I'll be back on Earth in 6 hours. Father, you don't need to do that. The treaty talks are not as important as you and my grandchild, Mayor Kim said firmly. Plus, I'm bringing some guests from the Galactic Council. They're very interested in what happened today. Gina's eyes widened. The council is coming here, to Neo-Seoul. An attack on the creator of the Universal Translator is a serious matter, especially when alien code is involved. Gina wasn't surprised her father already knew about the alien code. He had the best intelligence network on Earth. I'll send you what I found, Gina said. There's definitely Proxima code in that K-9 unit. Mayor Kim nodded. Get some rest. I'll see you soon. After ending the call, Gina looked out the hospital window at the glittering city. Somewhere out there, someone was trying to stop her work. They had failed today, but would they try again? Officer Han watched as technicians examined the K-9 unit in the police lab. The robot dog lay motionless on a metal table. Its chest was open, showing the complex machinery inside. "This is very strange," the lead technician said. "The K-9's main programming is intact, but there's a secondary system that took control during the incident. Can you tell where it came from?" Ms. Lee asked. The technician pointed to a small black box inside the K-9. "This isn't standard equipment. Someone put this inside the unit recently. It contains code that I've never seen before." Han moved closer. "Could someone have tampered with the K-9 before I picked it up this morning?" "Definitely," the technician replied. "And this box is sending out a signal right now. It's still active." Ms. Lee's face darkened. "Shut it down immediately. We don't know what else it might do." The technician used special tools to remove the black box. As soon as it was disconnected, all the lights on the K-9 unit went out. "The entire system is fried," the technician said with surprise. "Whatever that box was, it destroyed the K-9 from the inside when we removed it." Han felt a chill run down his spine. He had been set up. Someone had wanted him to use the K-9 on Gina Kim. But why? "Officer Han," Ms. Lee said, "I think you should come with me. There's someone who wants to talk to you." Gina couldn't sleep. The hospital room was comfortable, but her mind was too active. She kept thinking about the Proxima code and who might want to hurt her. A soft knock on the door interrupted her thoughts. "Come in," she called. The door opened, and to her surprise, Ms. Lee entered with Officer Han. The young police officer looked nervous and ashamed. "Dr. Kim," Ms. Lee said, "I've brought Officer Han to speak with you. We've discovered some important information about what happened today." Gina sat up in bed. "I'm listening." Officer Han stepped forward. His face was pale. "Dr. Kim, I want to apologize for what happened. I made a terrible mistake, but I also think I was set up. The alert I received was fake, and someone had tampered with the K-9 unit." Gina studied the young officer's face. He seemed sincere. "I believe you," she said finally. "I found alien code in the K-9 when I scanned it. Proxima Centauri code." Han's eyes widened. "Aliens? Why would aliens want to attack you?" "My translation technology threatens their control of interspecies communication," Gina explained. "But I'm not sure they would go this far. There might be more to this." Ms. Lee stepped closer. "Dr. Kim, Mayor Kim asked me to show you both something." She placed a small device on the table beside Gina's bed. It projected a hologram showing medical information. "The doctors found something unusual in your blood work," Ms. Lee said. "There are traces of a strange substance that wasn't there during your checkup last week." Gina read the medical data quickly. Her face paled. "This looks like some kind of pathogen. It's not active, but it's in my system. And based on its structure," Ms. Lee continued, "it's designed to target your specific genetic signature. The genetic signature you share with your father." Han looked confused. "You mean someone is trying to make Dr. Kim sick?" "Not just her," Gina said quietly. "My father too. The pathogen is dormant now, but it could activate later." She placed a protective hand over her belly. "And my baby shares our genetic signature too." The room fell silent as they all realized the truth. The attack with the K-9 wasn't just about stopping Gina's technology. It was part of something much bigger and more dangerous. "My father is returning to Earth with members of the Galactic Council," Gina said. "They'll be here in a few hours. We need to prepare for their arrival and figure out who's behind this." Officer Han straightened his shoulders. "I want to help. I was used as a tool in this plot, and I want to make it right." Gina nodded. "Good, because I think we're going to need all the help we can get." The hospital's top floor had been cleared of all patients except Gina. Security guards stood at every door. Outside, news drones tried to capture images through the windows, but special shields kept them from seeing inside. Gina sat in a chair by the window, working on 3 floating screens. Despite the doctor's advice to rest, she couldn't stop working. Her baby's future might depend on what she discovered. Officer Han entered the room carrying 2 cups of tea. He had not left the hospital since his talk with Gina the night before. He felt responsible for her safety now. "You should sleep," Han said as he handed her a cup. Gina smiled tiredly. "I'll sleep when we find out who's trying to hurt my family." Han looked at her screens. One showed the alien code from the K-9 unit. Another displayed her medical information. The third had a map of the city with red dots marking something. "What are the red dots?" Han asked. "Security cameras that stopped working yesterday, just before the incident," Gina explained. "Someone disabled them along my usual route home." Han frowned. This wasn't a random attack. They knew exactly where you would be. "And they knew which officer would be patrolling that area," Gina added. "You were chosen, Officer Han." Han felt cold. "But why me? You're one of the few human officers left. Most police work is done by AI now. Human officers are unpredictable, less controlled." Before Han could respond, the door opened. Ms. Lee entered with a tall man in a doctor's coat. "Dr. Kim, this is Dr. Yoon from the Galactic Health Organization," Ms. Lee said. "He specializes in cross-species pathogens." Dr. Yoon bowed slightly. "I've reviewed your medical data, Dr. Kim. The pathogen in your system is very sophisticated. It appears to be designed to activate during times of extreme stress." Gina placed a hand on her belly, like childbirth. "Exactly," Dr. Yoon nodded. "It targets cells that carry your specific genetic markers, the same markers your father has, and likely your child as well." "Can you create a treatment?" Han asked. Dr. Yoon shook his head. "Not quickly. This pathogen is unlike anything I've seen before. It combines Proxima Centauri biotech with Earth-based genetic science." Gina's eyes widened. "That means someone from Earth is working with the Proxima Centauri." "Mayor Kim's ship will land in 1 hour," Ms. Lee said. "He's bringing representatives from the Galactic Council, including a Proxima Centauri ambassador." Han stood up straighter. "Is that safe? If the Proxima are behind this?" "Not all Proxima would support an attack like this," Gina interrupted. "Most of them respect galactic law. This must be a radical faction within their society." Gina turned back to her screens. "We need to find out who on Earth is helping them. Someone with access to police systems, medical knowledge, and information about my daily routine." At the city's main spaceport, a sleek silver ship descended from the clouds. It bore the symbols of Earth's government and the Galactic Council. Security vehicles surrounded the landing pad. Inside the terminal, Deputy Police Commissioner Park watched the ship land. His face showed no emotion, but his hands were tight fists at his sides. Next to him stood 3 other high-ranking city officials, all waiting to greet the mayor. None of them noticed how tense Park was, or how he kept checking his wrist device. The ship's doors opened. Mayor Ta Kim stepped out first. He was a tall man with dark skin and a serious face. Behind him came 4 aliens from different species, all members of the Galactic Council. The last to exit was a Proxima Centauri representative. The alien looked almost human, except for its pale blue skin and large dark eyes. Mayor Kim approached the waiting officials. "Where is my daughter?" he asked immediately. "She's safe at Central Hospital, sir," Deputy Commissioner Park said. "I've personally arranged her security." The mayor nodded. "Take me to her immediately." As the group moved toward the waiting vehicles, the Proxima representative fell into step beside Deputy Commissioner Park. "All is ready," the alien whispered so quietly that only Park could hear. Park gave a small nod. "The second phase begins now." Gina had finally fallen asleep in her hospital bed. Officer Han stood by the window, watching the city. Dr. Yoon was examining the latest test results on a tablet. The door opened and Ms. Lee entered quickly. They've landed. Mayor Kim is on his way with the council representatives. Han straightened his uniform. How long until they arrive? 20 minutes, Ms. Lee replied. Security teams are clearing the route now. Gina stirred and opened her eyes. My father is coming. Yes, and he's bringing the Galactic Council with him, Ms. Lee confirmed. Gina sat up slowly. I need to show them what I found. The combination of Earth and Proxima technology means someone high up in Neo-Seoul's government must be involved. Dr. Yoon looked up from his tablet with a worried expression. Dr. Kim, your stress levels are rising. Remember what I said about the pathogen. Gina took a deep breath. I'm fine. Just help me prepare for their arrival. As the others helped Gina, Han's police communication device beeped. He checked the message and frowned. What is it? Ms. Lee asked. Deputy Commissioner Park is leading the mayor's security detail, Han said. That's strange. The commissioner usually handles that personally. Gina looked up sharply. Park. Deputy Commissioner Min Park. Yes, Han nodded. Do you know him? He strongly opposed my father's policies on alien integration. Gina said slowly. He believes humans should remain separate from alien influence. He's also on the board that oversees police K-9 units. Han's eyes widened, and he would have access to my patrol routes. Gina turned to her screens. Ms. Lee, can you access Deputy Commissioner Park's schedule for the past month? Ms. Lee quickly worked on her own device. Yes, here it is. Gina studied the information. 3 meetings with the Proxima Centauri Embassy in the last 2 weeks, all marked as security coordination. Han moved closer. That's not unusual. The Deputy Commissioner meets with all embassy security teams. But look at this. Gina pointed to a name. Dr. Lin from the Genetic Research Center attended the last meeting. Why would a genetics doctor be at a security meeting? Dr. Yoon looked over her shoulder. Dr. Lin specializes in human genetic markers. I've worked with him before. All 4 looked at each other as the truth became clear. Park is the Earth connection, Gina said quietly. He's working with a radical Proxima faction. They created the pathogen and planned the K-9 attack. But why? Han asked. What do they gain? Think about it, Gina said. If I die, my translation technology might be delayed for years. If my father dies, Earth loses its strongest voice for human-alien cooperation. And if both of you die after a Proxima representative visits Neo-Seoul, Ms. Lee's voice trailed off. It could start a conflict between Earth and the Proxima Centauri. Gina finished. Exactly what Park wants. He believes humans should stand alone against alien influence. Han checked his weapon. We need to warn the mayor before they arrive. Gina tried to stand but suddenly gasped in pain. She fell back onto the bed, holding her belly. What's wrong? Han asked in alarm. Dr. Yoon rushed to her side with a medical scanner. His face grew serious. The pathogen is activating. Her stress levels triggered it early. The baby, Gina whispered. Still safe for now, Dr. Yoon assured her. But we need to stabilize you quickly. Ms. Lee moved toward the door. I'll contact the mayor's ship. Before she could reach the door, it slid open. Deputy Commissioner Park stood there with 4 security officers behind him. No need, Park said with a cold smile. The mayor has arrived. Han reached for his weapon, but the security officers already had their guns pointed at the room's occupants. I wouldn't, Park advised. My men have orders to shoot Dr. Kim first if anyone tries anything heroic. Park stepped into the room. Behind him in the hallway, Han could see Mayor Kim and the Galactic Council representatives approaching, surrounded by more security officers. What are you doing, Park? Gina demanded, fighting through her pain. Saving humanity from alien influence, Park replied simply. Your father's policies would eventually make humans dependent on alien technology and guidance. I'm making sure we remain in control of our own destiny. By working with the Proxima, Han asked. Park smiled. Temporary allies. They have their reasons, I have mine. After today, humans will demand separation from all alien species. Gina's medical monitors began beeping rapidly. Dr. Yoon looked at them with alarm. The pathogen is spreading quickly, he said. She needs treatment now. All in good time, Park said. First, we need to greet the mayor and his distinguished guests. Mayor Kim appeared in the doorway. His eyes moved quickly from Park to the armed officers, then to his daughter on the bed. Gina, he called out, moving forward. Park raised his hand, and the security officers blocked the mayor's path. What is the meaning of this? Mayor Kim demanded. A necessary revolution, Mr. Mayor, Park replied. I'm afraid your progressive policies end today. The Proxima Centauri representative stepped forward. As does your life, Mayor Kim. You and your daughter have interfered with Proxima interests for the last time. Gina locked eyes with her father across the room. Despite her pain, her mind was still working. She slowly moved her hand toward the small device hidden under her pillow, the same device she had used to disable the K-9 unit. Officer Han noticed her movement and understood. He needed to create a distraction when the moment came. The trap was set, but Gina wasn't ready to give up. Not when her father, her baby, and perhaps the peace between worlds depended on what happened in the next few minutes. The hospital room was silent except for the beeping of Gina's medical monitors. Deputy Commissioner Park stood with his security team, their weapons pointed at Mayor Kim and the Galactic Council representatives. You won't get away with this, Mayor Kim said calmly. Security systems throughout the building have already recorded your actions. Park smiled. All systems on this floor are under my control. No one knows what's happening here. Gina's fingers touched the small device under her pillow. She needed to wait for the right moment. The pain from the pathogen was getting worse, spreading through her body like fire. Why, Park? Mayor Kim asked. We've worked together for years. Because you would give away Earth's future, Park replied. Your daughter's technology would make us dependent on aliens. Humans need to stand alone, be strong on our own. The Proxima Centauri representative stepped forward. Its blue skin seemed to glow under the hospital lights. The Proxima Collective cannot allow the Universal Translator to spread, the alien said. Our position as communication experts gives us power in the galaxy. Dr. Kim's device threatens that power. Gina looked at Officer Han, then at Dr. Yoon. Both men understood her silent message. They needed to act soon. What about the pathogen? Gina asked, her voice weak from pain. Was that your idea too? Park nodded. A brilliant plan. The pathogen targets your family's unique genetic signature. After you and your father die, experts will trace it back to the Proxima homeworld, starting a war between Earth and the Proxima Centauri, Mayor Kim said, understanding at last. A war that will unite humans against all aliens, Park confirmed. We will close our borders, develop our own technology, and stand strong as an independent species. Gina's monitor beeped faster. Dr. Yoon moved toward her, but one of the security officers blocked his path. She needs medical help, Dr. Yoon insisted. Not yet, Park said. First, we need to complete our plan. The pathogen will kill both Mayor Kim and his daughter. The Proxima representative will die in the confusion. The other council members will report the Proxima attack on Earth's leaders. Gina felt a new pain, different from before. Her baby was moving, kicking strongly. She placed her hand on her belly and felt a sudden certainty. It was time for action, not just for her life, but for her child's future. You're wrong about one thing, Park, Gina said. Humans are stronger when we work with others, not when we stand alone. She pulled the device from under her pillow and pressed the button. A pulse of invisible energy filled the room. All electronic devices flickered. The security officer's weapons shut down. The Proxima representative fell to its knees, clutching its head. The alien had electronic implants that were affected by the pulse. In that moment of confusion, Officer Han moved. He tackled the nearest security officer, taking him to the ground. Mayor Kim grabbed another officer's disabled weapon and swung it like a club. Dr. Yoon rushed to Jinna's side. Ms. Lee kicked one of the officers hard, sending him crashing into the wall. Park pulled out a backup weapon, a small gun that didn't use electronic systems. He aimed it at Jinna. "It ends now," he shouted. Officer Han saw the gun. Without hesitation, he threw himself in front of Jinna's bed. The shot hit him in the shoulder, and he fell to the floor. Mayor Kim tackled Park, and both men crashed into the medical equipment. They struggled for the gun. Park was younger and stronger, but Mayor Kim fought with the fury of a father protecting his child. The other council representatives, who had been silent until now, moved to help. One of them, a tall, insect-like alien, sprayed a calming mist that made two security officers fall asleep instantly. Another council member, who looked like a floating ball of light, released a pulse of energy that pinned Park against the wall. "Hold him there," Mayor Kim ordered as he got to his feet. Jinna cried out in pain. Dr. Yoon checked the monitors with alarm. "The pathogen is attacking her cells rapidly," he said, "and she's going into labor." "The baby is coming now?" Mayor Kim asked in shock. "The stress triggered both the pathogen and early labor," Dr. Yoon explained. "We need to get her to surgery immediately." Han, holding his wounded shoulder, got to his feet. "What about the pathogen? Can you stop it?" Dr. Yoon shook his head. "I don't have a treatment ready. It would take days to develop one." Jinna, despite her pain, kept thinking. "My translator device," she gasped. "It doesn't just translate languages. It translates any code, including biological code." "What do you mean?" Dr. Yoon asked. "The pathogen has a genetic code," Jinna explained, her voice weak. "If we can translate its instructions, we can create counter-instructions. My device can do that." Mayor Kim moved to his daughter's side. "Tell us what to do." Jinna explained quickly while Dr. Yoon prepared to move her to surgery. They would need to connect her translator device to the hospital's medical systems. It could analyze the pathogen's code and create a counteragent. As medical staff entered the room and began preparing Jinna for surgery, Officer Han stood guard over Park. The commissioner was now handcuffed and silent, his plan in ruins. "Why did you do it?" Han asked Park quietly. "Why betray everything you swore to protect?" Park looked up with cold eyes. "I was protecting humanity. One day you'll see I was right." Han shook his head. "No. What I see is that Dr. Kim and her father are the true protectors of humanity. They build bridges while you try to build walls." Hours later, Han sat in a hospital waiting room. His shoulder was bandaged. Mayor Kim paced back and forth nearby. The Galactic Council representatives waited silently. The Proxima representative had been arrested and taken away. Park and his security team were in custody, facing charges of treason and attempted murder. Finally, Dr. Yoon emerged from the surgery room. His face was tired but happy. "Dr. Kim is stable," he announced. The modified translator device worked. It created a counteragent that stopped the pathogen. "And the baby?" Mayor Kim asked anxiously. Dr. Yoon smiled. "You have a healthy granddaughter, Mr. Mayor. She's small, being a few weeks early, but she's strong." Mayor Kim sat down heavily, overcome with emotion. "When can I see them?" "Soon," Dr. Yoon promised. "They're being moved to recovery now." Han felt a wave of relief wash over him. He had been part of something terrible, but also part of something wonderful. His actions had helped save Jinna and her baby. 3 years later, Officer Han, now Captain Han, stood in the Grand Hall of the Galactic Council. He wore his dress uniform with pride. Next to him stood Mayor Kim, still serving as Earth's ambassador. The large doors at the end of the hall opened. Jinna walked in, holding the hand of a small girl with curly black hair and bright, curious eyes. Su-min walked slowly. Jinna reminded her daughter gently. The little girl nodded seriously, but her eyes were wide with excitement as she looked at the many different alien species in the hall. Gina guided her daughter to the center of the room, where a special platform had been set up. On it sat the newest version of the Universal Translator. Ladies, gentlemen, and honored beings of all species, Gina began. Today we celebrate 3 years of the Universal Translation Project, which has brought our worlds closer together than ever before. She looked down at her daughter. And now, my daughter Su Min will demonstrate the newest feature, the Childhood Language Interface. Su Min stepped onto the platform. Though only 3 years old, she moved with confidence. She touched the translator device and spoke in her child's voice. Hello, everyone. My name is Su Min Kim. I am happy to meet you all. The device glowed, and Su Min's simple greeting was translated into 20 different alien languages, all at once. The words appeared as floating text above the device, each in a different color. The hall erupted in applause and various alien sounds of approval. Many species had never thought they could communicate with human children, whose language skills were still developing. Han watched with pride. After the incident 3 years ago, he had requested to be assigned to Jinna's security team. He had protected her and Su Min ever since, becoming like an uncle to the little girl. Mayor Kim stepped forward to address the council. This is the true strength of humanity, he said, not standing alone, but reaching out, not building walls, but building bridges. Jinna looked at her daughter, then at her father, and finally at Captain Han. They had faced danger together and come through it stronger. The pathogen that was meant to destroy them had instead led to improvements in the translator device that now helped billions of beings communicate. As Su Min continued her demonstration, talking happily with alien children through the translator, Gina knew this was the future she had fought for. A future where her daughter could speak to the stars, and the stars would answer back in friendship. Humanity stood tall not by standing alone, but by standing together with the galaxy.